Well, good morning.
Good morning.
We have, you're going to see in the slides, talking about a progress report, you're going to see in some of my slides. We've made a lot of progress from the beginning on here. This first slide I'm going to show, but restoring regional air service in St. Cloud. You'll put that in context. If you look at the St. Cloud, the greater St. Cloud area, this area has developed economically and from just the growth over the years because of transportation. If you look at historically where those transportation areas were, talk about progress, this was the first major transportation artery in St. Cloud, and this is a riverboat actually in St. Cloud on the Mississippi River in 1857. That was the first part of that transportation, that economic development that grew this community was first the Mississippi River. Talk about progress, then it was the ox cart. The actual ox cart Red River Trails route that went through St. Cloud here also. Again, part of that transportation, bringing people, moving goods, and making for strong economic development. Then it was the railroad. The railroad crossing over the Mississippi River, the railroad depot, which also again grew St. Cloud, Sac Rapids, greater St. Cloud area. That was really those depots, and that's where the commerce was taking place. Then it was the highway system. First Highway 10 and then Highway 23. In this picture you see Highway 23 being built for the first time in the 50s by Lake George. It's that highway system. And then of course Highway 94, Interstate 94, that brought again commerce, moved folks and grew this community, that staple of economic development. And then of course in 1993 was air service. We had those first flights, the Masaba flights, the Northwest flights going to Minneapolis, and again growing that, not only growing that nationally and regionally, but internationally. And it was that air service that really grew this area. But unfortunately, that air service we lost with the merger between Delta and Northwest Airlines. But we've done a lot. We've done a lot to try to bring back it again. In order for us to continue to grow, it's going to take that air service. This is a global economy, and in order for that to happen, in order for us to continue to grow, you look at from the Mississippi River to the ox cart to the roads to the trains, those are all still apart. But the air service is that critical need that's going to take us internationally as this world becomes smaller and we become more global. We've done a lot. We've done the reconstruction of the airway. If you see the list of things on here, we put a lot of investment. The state of Minnesota has put a lot of investment. The United States federal government, the dollars we have received have put a lot of investment in this area. We've expanded our terminal. We've expanded the runways. We've done a lot of things over the last year too. Also regionally, we've applied for a federal grant and we got a grant for $750,000 from the federal government, thanks to our strong legislative support at the federal level, and also thanks to the very strong community support. All of the area cities passed resolutions of support. Some cities actually put dollars up. Sartell and Sac Rapids. The three counties, Stearns, Benton, and Sherburne, actually pledged dollars to this effort. And right now we're in conversations of actually not only making right now it's a municipal airport, but the sign says St. Cloud Regional Airport. We truly want to make it a regional effort, and the Stearns, Benton, and Sherburne counties are meeting, and hopefully this year this will actually be an airport authority, a regional airport, again for that buy-in. In addition to that, we've made this not only a priority regionally with the government units, but we've actually also brought on board the Greater St. Cloud Economic Development Corporation, and we've asked them to lead that effort. I'm going to turn it over to Al Kramer and talk about what's happening from there.
Thank you, Mayor. They say in public speaking you should always keep eye contact with the audience. Actually, mine will be missing today. I'll be watching the young lady down here who has the taser. As the mayor said, we're working on the initiative to return air service to St. Cloud. We are in the process right now of meeting individually with companies to determine their needs that they have for this year and the next 3 years, that we can make the presentation to the major airline companies like United, American, and Frontier, and get in a dialogue with them as far as the air service. As indicated by the mayor, that the city is providing some funding which we didn't have before. It's used as a minimum revenue guarantee, And we're also trying to get some matching funds in addition to the $750,000 that has been allocated. We're working, now we have about 800 businesses that are going to be contacted, some individually, others by mail, to get indications of the air travel. Yesterday was a particularly good day. We had 2 meetings and indications of over $1 million a year spent on air travel. So you can see the economic impact and the fact that we're losing a lot of money. Right now it's estimated that we would generate about $16 to $17 million a year of economic impact of having the air service here. So we're continuing to work on this. We can use all the help that you're able to offer. And just to re-emphasize again, we're going to be going into Chicago, probably 2 flights a day to start out, hopefully to build it up to about 4. Other priorities as we go along will be to extend air service into Denver, and then some regional air additionally, so that the people who've been stopping me on the street wanting to go to Las Vegas will be accommodated. Okay. Really, it's quite exciting, and I think the magnitude of what we're trying to do and the interest that's there, but it's much more than interest. We have to define it as a need that we need for a city to be #1. So thank you for your help, and I can assure you, you will be contacted.
Missing a slide there. Keep the taser on Al if you don't mind, because I know we're running. I have to do this extremely quick because I know the time issue, and that is basically, we talked about planes, trains, and buses, but I've also been asked to give the Northstar to a corridor, and this is primarily, again, it's the Northstar link, and right, the Northstar corridor, this has still been a very strong community. It's part of that transportation, that commuter rail to the Twin Cities, and it's an important aspect of it. But I think what I'm just going to do, because these slides you can't read anyways, you can get this information, but it's all about ridership. Right now, again, this is a community effort. A lot of folks put a lot of time and effort, and right now, in order for us to actually get that train to come to St. Cloud, people are going to have to ride the train right now and take the Northstar link. And with the numbers you see up here, 2010 to 2011, there should have been another slide there. Well, 2011, ridership from 2010 to 2011 on the Northstar link is up 70%. So you're taking the train, but if you wanna see the Northstar corridor connect to St. Cloud, you're gonna have to ride the train in order. Okay, I keep shutting that up. You're gonna have to ride the train to see that happen. It's one of those things people always say, you know, when if a restaurant closes, they say, oh, it's too bad that restaurant closed that I hadn't been to for 2 years. You actually have to use something to make sure it happens. So you're gonna have to actually get on the train for Northstar to come to St. Cloud, get on the link, get on the train, go to a ball game, go shopping, use it to commute, and use that both ways. And from regional air service perspective, it's actually going to enhance regional air service because we're going to be drawing people from the northern part of the suburbs, the Twin Cities, to our airport to fly from that. So it works together in tandem with that. So thank you very much.